So, do you guys remember the story from Grid Legends? Over a year ago, I remember I released a video saying Grid Legends is great, but nobody cares. Let's see, 1 year later, how people think about this game. Alright, you guys ready for the beginnings? Let's do it. I actually quite liked this game when it released, but it was one of those games nobody knew about, or they didn't care about because the previous Grid games were so bad. Alright, time to qualify. Oh, I just remembered something. You get really stuck. You get really stuck on the cars. Like if you touch them, you really stick to them. It's a bit of a weird interaction. I think we qualified, and we definitely have to increase the difficulty. I think it has to reload when you change the difficulty. It's so weird. Like, why is it necessary? I mean, it barely takes any time anyway. So why is it necessary? If anything ever was a spider car, it's this one. These cars look like they would break immediately if they hit a pebble stone. Generally one of the worst looking cars I've ever seen. I gotta say, the missing camera shake is quite obvious. Like, this looks way too smooth. Or at least I would like to have the option. It's kind of funny how like the current and the next lap is gonna be invalid when you go off tracks. I mean, makes sense from the rulebook, but I feel like for a video game it would be fine to be... I mean, the thing is, you might wanna go out of bounds a lap earlier to get an even faster next lap. So you might be abusing it. But at the same time, it's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying if you ruin like 2 laps at once. There's actually a reason why I don't use the maximum difficulty. There are some events where you have to place a certain way, and the highest difficulty, it's not possible. Or I should say, it's impossible to get the gold medal. Here's the weird thing. Like, it wants you to finish in 10th, for example, to beat your class. Like a multi-class event. Your class is like the 3rd fastest, and they want you to be 1st of your class. But if you want the gold medal, you have to get 1st overall, which doesn't make sense because those opponents are gonna have like LMP cars, like LMP1, while you have LMP2 car, or even a GT3 car. Or GT1 or GT2, it doesn't even matter. The game is stupid. The game is stupid like that. Such a weird start. Like the autopilot drove way too far into the corner. Oh, this is definitely the game that should have been there instead of 2019's Grid. Totally agree. Like 2019 was super empty. Like that game, it wasn't a bad game, but it was very boring. No structure in anything. That being said, this is very much just an improved version of 2019. Like, if there was something fundamentally wrong with 2019 that you didn't agree with, you're still having it. I gotta say, I quite enjoyed the main storyline of this game. Reminded me a lot of Grid 2, but actually better. Actually better than Grid 2.
Hi, I'm Valentin Manzi, and I'm a 10-time Grid World Champion. I'm just kidding. I've never actually won. I've come close to.
Oh my god, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean, how the cars start to stick on each other. Right, he rams me from the right-hand side, and I will go fucking straight. See, that's the problem that I had with this game. That shit never made sense. The AI is really bad in this game. The AI is a little bit brain amputated. Hey guys, Kuru here. Check out Instant Gaming for cheap game keys. Click the link in the description below. What just happened? Oh, yeah, another thing I don't like about this game. The opponents have priority over you. If they spin you out, there's nothing you can do. Their cars are superior over yours. I'm just surprised. I feel like that's something you would notice when you develop the game. See, that's the problem with the handbrake, because when you do use it, the car doesn't really want to catch itself again. So I prefer, I recommend not to use it. Playing one of the less popular games today, which I actually think, I mean, it's kind of hard to call it a gem, but it's definitely better than people give it credit for. But yeah, I don't see EA bringing back Grid again. Right, not because the game isn't good, but I think not very many people bought the game. I thought it's about the game. I actually made a YouTube video about it, but generally, I like the game. I do like the game, and I think it's better than people give it credit for. Yeah, not many people expected the game to be good, to be perfectly honest, because they had the streak of Grid 2019 and Grid Autosport, 2 games that nobody really cared for. Let's be honest, like both of those games barely sold. So I'm not too surprised that, you know, the franchise was basically dead to most people. Right, let's say you were a fan of Grid 1 or 2, and then you were disappointed by Autosport and by 2019. Like, I don't think a lot of those fans are still left and excited for Grid Legends. But yeah, I think they did a decent job. They created a good career mode that, you know, put some structure around the racing that you do, and overall a solid game. I think the cars sound good, they drive good enough for an arcade racer. I gotta say, this icy layer on the car looks kinda weird. Dude, this game is so bullshit, right? Like, he rams you like this because he lost the car, he lost control, hits me, takes me out, and keeps going. Easily one of the negative points in regards of this game's handling that I have to point out. I just nemesis the entire field. I mean, sometimes they just nemesis you because you beat them, not necessarily because you hit them. Balancing was 100% an issue with this game. I remember changing the difficulty around to actually get the gold medals, or even have a chance at winning. But other than just the balancing issues, I just found the career mode bland. It makes sense, it's basically the same as it was in 2019, and it was bland there already. Oh wait, you can't. Oh, you're right, you can't. Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, you have to have the upgrades first. True, you have to have the upgrades first, so you can't even enter. So you had to redo. Yeah, it's so bad progression-wise. So imagine you have like an entry tournament, and then you need to do the entry tournament 3 more times before you can do the end tournament. So it creates a really unnecessary grind. But something similar could happen. Something similar could happen to Forza Motorsport with their you need to play 2 hours to max out the car, right? You know, maybe you're gonna have to grind a beginner's tournament 3 times before you can do the masters tournament. It should be more grippy in my opinion. That's why I hate opponents. Like, they have so much priority over the player. Not a lot of official tracks in the game. I actually don't think that's a problem. Official tracks are plentifully available in other games. I actually quite enjoy it a bit when an arcade racer comes out that does not have only official tracks I've played 50 times already. Very much prefer being thrown on a bunch of new events. Also the reason why I like Project Cars 3. Like, those were a bunch of tracks I've never seen before. I like being thrown into a new world. Like, racing games is not about having super monotone repetition at all times. The Grid series would make no sense in real life. Like a multi-car type season. Imagine Formula 1, but they have to use different cars every time. Like, I can't do anything! You just get fucking destroyed. They just push you to the side and you're a victim in this game. That's what I genuinely hate about this game. Elimination. They took that too literally, okay? That was too much. Alright. We're gonna continue this another time. Me tired.